When I posted, like there's one waiting. That one po.
It's me. Look good.
Is it clear?
It's a little bit bright behind you. I wonder how the light would look off.
About that.
I wonder if you could. That's better. Yeah, it gets blue. When
Yeah.
you lean back, it gets bluer. There you go. How is the audio and video quality?
Mic testing.
I gotta turn the sound off so we don't get any. So you said good morning, folks.
Good
It's
morning.
good evening, folks.
Good morning slash evening.
Good morning in the Philippines. Good evening in the United States. How about that?
Yeah.
Ah, you got a comment, Boo Boo Gabs.
I can see your bone.
Hmm?
I can see. Oh, yeah, violet.
Read the comments, Gabitator.
You're looking at me, but not on the camera. Good evening from California. Good evening, Violet. Say good evening, Boo.
Hey, Violet, how's it going? I'm
Bobby
uh,
is on behind the scene.
I'm literally behind the scenes today because I have to lay flat on my back. Oh, that's right. Oh, it's daylight savings time
In California?
in the United States. So Violet's saying now it's an even 12. Like if it's 1 o'clock in the afternoon, it's 1 o'clock in the morning. It's not 13 hours difference.
Okay.
New York City
So,
time, East Coast time.
what time is it now in United States?
Good question. I think it is. Hold on 1 second.
We set clocks forward to
What time
9
is it in New York
Pacific
City?
Standard.
7:48 p.m.
7:48. Oh, it's too early.
Yeah, we're early. We said we're gonna start at 8, right?
Yeah.
Okay, we're good.
Good morning slash evening for viewers here.
What's up, everybody? I am literally behind the scenes.
Oh, in California, it's 4:48 p.m.
Yes, they have a different time zone
Okay.
than East Coast time.
Hi,
California's
5 viewers. Good morning. How's our
audio and
audio?
video.
Yeah. It's a solo on the camera tonight. But Bobby is on behind the scene. Is behind the scene.
Violet's asking, "How are you doing, Bobby?" I'm doing all right. I just got to lay flat on my back. I have a bed sore. It's got about 3/4 of the way more to go, if that makes any sense. So about a quarter of it has healed up. So it's going to be about another 60 to 85 days, I'm guesstimating. I'm doing all right. I see Gary Johnson's here. I'll read Gary's comment. Good morning, Bobby D and Isla. Leaving next Sunday for San Francisco and then off to Minnesota. It would be 6:49 p.m. in how do you say that?
I can see the
Adena,
comments, boo.
Adena, Minnesota. You can't see the comments. How come?
Only Violet.
Scroll. Gary's in there.
Yeah,
Barry Press in the house. Read Barry's comment.
I can see Boom.
Why are we having technical difficulties? Come on now. Can you see Gary's comment yet?
No, only Violet.
Okay, give it a second.
Here.
Is it hooked up to the internet? The computer?
Yes.
Are you sure?
Oh, here.
Here we go.
Violet in California. It's 4:48 in California. Violet, how are you doing, Bobby?
I'm still breathing. I'm still standing like Scarface said.
Yeah. Gary Johnson, good morning, Bobby D and Isla. Leaving next Sunday for San Francisco and then off to Minnesota. It would be 6:49 p.m. in Edina, Minnesota. Next Sunday. What's up, Gary?
You see Barry's comment?
Yeah. Barry Press. Bye, Bobby and the Angels from Panorama City, California. Panorama City is in California?
Yes, you know that. And Barry meant to say hi.
Ah, okay. Hi, Bobby.
What's up, Barry? How's it going?
What's up, Barry?
What's happening? What's new with you guys? What is new?
I mean, hello, well.
It's all good, Barry. We could read minds. We know what you meant.
Yeah. Check out my background, folks. It's sunny day today.
Wow, more rain.
It's cool outside.
How about that snow they got in California? I don't watch the news anymore because it's too much BS on the news. So I pretty much tuned out of the news years ago. But I saw, I guess, the mountainous regions of California, they got hammered by a big ass snowstorm.
Larry, hello, everyone. Hello, Larry.
What's up, Larry? How's it going? So Barry got hit by more rain. They got floods. I saw a levee. I just saw that on the news. They said a levee broke in California.
Oh.
That must be crazy. Imagine living below a town. A levee is an earthen dam or like a wall, and it holds back a huge amount of water. I couldn't imagine being in town below. It's like a giant tsunami wave just come through and wipe everything out.
Mm-hmm. Barry, yes, and another storm is due on Tuesday.
Man, so you guys are getting inundated by rain.
California is the same in Hawaii or the weather? Boo?
Nah,
No.
no. Hawaii is more tropical.
Okay.
California has different climates. They have parts of California are desert like, and then you got a mountainous region. I like this. I think it's the Siskiyou Mountain Range up there in California, where the old growth timber, the trees are way up in the mountains.
Larry, 80 inches in 2 weeks for Big Beer. SoCal in the last 2 weeks. I work there every day. SoCal?
Southern California,
Okay.
80 inches. My, that's a lot. That's a lot of snow. That's a ton of snow. 36 inches and 3 feet. So we're talking tons of snow.
Minnesota. Overstay Road. Is he from Minnesota po?
What's that, babe?
Overstay Road.
Overstay Road is from Mississippi.
Oh, Mississippi.
He's a self-confessed redneck. Mississippi, the Mississippi River.
Mhm. Good morning. 9 people in here.
Thank you for everybody that's in the chat
Yeah.
tonight or
If you're
today, depending on where you're at.
if you're not subscribed, folks, please subscribe to Bobby's Angels. Larry P. Most snow record since 1979 in Big Bear.
That's a long time. I figure
Yeah,
we'll call it 1980. That's a long time.
1970.
80, 90, 2000, 10, 20. That's like 40 years. That's a long time. 90, 2000.
My comment here is late. You can read first, Boo.
No, you got to practice, baby. You read.
Yeah, but I can see, Boo. Like, it's late here.
Okay. We'll get there. What's new with it? What's new with everybody out there? So you guys are getting tons of, if you're up in the mountain region, you're getting hit with snow. If you're down in the valleys, you're getting hit with rain.
No.
We got a lot of people from California in here right now.
Yeah.
What's new, Gary Johnson?
Larry.
San Francisco.
But it rained yesterday and hit 46 Fahrenheit today.
And then you got that one, Jesus. And then you got that snow when it melts like that, when you got the extreme temperature swings, that snow will melt real quick, 46 degrees. That's crazy weather swings. And we tried to get Ms.Nix to come over today, but she went shopping for a prom dress. So I was busting her chops. I said, "You got a date for the prom?" She said, "No." So I guess she's going solo.
Yeah, they're. What is the meaning of GS?
Depends.
Their GS, their prom is coming.
GS, I have no idea. That could mean a million things.
GS. We call that GS here, but oh my god, I don't know why I don't know that. Roger and Gina provincial living in the Philippines. My wife and I are leaving for the US today. Wow. To do the American adventure. She can work towards citizenship and qualify for survivor benefits for future exciting times. Wow. Good luck, Roger and Gina.
Excellent, Roger and Gina. That sounds like a whole new adventure.
Yes.
My goodness. Is this the Roger? Is this the first time Gina's been in the United States? I could imagine going to the United States for the first time. That's got to be super exciting. It's like when I came here for the first time back in the 80s. The Philippines
Mhm.
blew my mind.
Good morning, foreign people in here.
Thank you for the 11 people in the chat.
Yeah, thank you.
I
Thank you,
appreciate it.
guys.
Don't forget to hit the subscribe button. We're trying to hit that 1,000 milestone mark. Today, Bobby D's behind the scenes. You don't want to see my mafugly face, so I got a little bit of a problem. I got a bed sore, so I'm just laying flat on my back. So I got to be incognito today. I'm literally behind the scenes. We tried the new setup. Instead of having a green screen in the background, we got the windows set up.
Yeah,
That's real. That's the view we got from the bedroom window.
check out my background.
It's got a pretty nice view.
Mm-hmm.
Wow, Kentucky.
R. Scott. Hello from Kentucky. What's up, R. Scott? Kentucky? Where is that one?
My father was born and raised in Louisville, Kentucky. I can't say it the way my dad says it. Louisville, the way he says it.
Louisville.
Kentucky's nice.
Mm-hmm.
Kentucky's real nice. R. Scott, what part of Kentucky?
Oh, wow. Roger and Gina provincial living in the Philippines. Yes, first time. We've been married 4 years and it took about a year to get her immigrant visa. Oh, we'll be in a small town in the south.
Wow. That's going to be exciting.
Yeah.
Good luck, you guys.
Good luck, Roger and Jenna.
That's excellent. I know you guys are excited. That's definitely that's definitely memorable times for sure
Yes.
for both you guys, Roger and Gina. 4 years. Congratulations on the 4 years. That was smart. 4 years, get to know each other real good, and then hit the United States.
Mhm.
In the South. The South is nice. Just curious, Roger, what part of the South? We talking like Florida, Louisiana, Georgia? Georgia's got some nice spots.
Oh, ours
Wow.
cat. Northern Kentucky, 7 miles from Cincinnati, Ohio.
Okay, I remember last time we were talking about this. My uncle Dickie Welch lived in Kentucky, and we went in a river. I think it was the Kentucky River. I don't know. It was a muddy river, and we were fishing for catfish. And I remember one side of the river was Kentucky, and the other side was Ohio, from what I remember. Or maybe it was we went further down a river and we wound up in Ohio. I remember we're catching some big ass catfish, though. We're talking 20 pounds and bigger.
Roger and Gina. Smaller towns over there have a cheaper rent.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, the rents, the inflation in the United States, all around the world is pretty crazy how much the rental properties and the cost of housing, food, everything went up.
Southern part of United States, Boom?
Yeah,
Okay.
smaller town. It's laid back. It's low stress. The one thing about a smaller town, everybody knows everybody.
Larry, how's your mom doing and the wife's family? You first, Boo. How's mom doing in the United States?
Mom's doing all right. She had an incident. She had a dizzy spell and fell and banged her head, so I was stressing out. I was talking to her a couple hours ago. She's all right now, but thank God. She went to the hospital. They ran a bunch of tests. They were trying to figure out why she had the dizzy spell and passed out. But then she was telling me that she had been in the shower and had it steamed up in the bathroom. You know how when you're in the bathroom you got the hot water blasting and you're breathing in all that steam? Mom's older, so I think the steam had something to do with it, making her lightheaded. She fell in the laundry room. She's all right now, thank God.
Okay. Yeah, our mom in in Dumaguete is Santa Catalina. Dumag Santa
Say it
Catalina.
slow, babe. Santa
Santa
Catalina.
Catalina, Negros Oriental. They're doing good, and my dad is. They're harvesting sugarcane right now, so we're asking a video for them to. For when I talked to them, I told them to like film while dad is cutting the sugarcane. And what do you call in that book? They put that in the truck. What do you
Yeah,
call
they
in
got to
that?
separate the sugar cane. They get the main stalk and they cut it in. It looks like about 3.5 foot lengths, and they stack it up in piles. And then they got to like walking the plank. They got I think it looks like a 2 by 12 board. They fill up this truck and they stack it from the front all the way to the back. How high do they stack that?
Hawaii?
Above the side rails, or
From the truck, like
how much above the side rails? That's the walls of the. How much over the top?
Like that. How long is that?
No, I'm saying over the top. Like, do they
Yeah.
have to put ropes to keep it from falling out?
Yeah,
Or
they're
they,
going to put a stick.
okay, so they got like wooden gates they put on the side to extend the height
Yeah.
of the side walls.
They're using the sugar cane.
Okay, they're using I got you.
Yeah, to
I got you. I know what you're saying. They're taking the big pieces of sugar cane,
yeah.
putting them straight up and down to keep all the sugar cane from falling
Yes.
out the side.
Yeah.
Yeah, Isla's father is a farmer up there. If you watch the one video, it's on Nix's channel,
Yeah, Ms.Nix vlog.
Ms.Nix Vlogs. They got a video up there with the Carbano and they're plowing the field. And my mom was amazed how that how a Carbano knew all the signals.
Yes.
And I don't think you could plow that field with machinery because it's on such a steep angle. You would roll the plow. There's got to be a certain type of equipment, but you're better off using that Carbano than a plow because that angle is so steep. You would roll the thing over. I was thinking about that actor in California who was plowing snow and he got run over by his piece of his equipment, ran him over. That's pretty crazy. He was all busted up.
Roger and Gina will be in Oklahoma, not the most popular place to move, which actually makes it perfect in many ways.
Okie from Muskogee.
Oklahoma.
I'm just an Okie from Muskogee. Oklahoma, not us. Oklahoma, that's a good place to go. Like you said, it's low key, not a lot of drama, and that's good country living. That's a good place to start. It is perfect. It's a good
Oklahoma.
place to go.
Scott, Ohio River.
Okay, that's probably the river we were in then.
Larry, harvesting cane is done through a machete. Yes, Larry. They're using machete.
And if you piss off my father-in-law, that's probably how your life is going to end. Off with the head.
Roger and Gina, sugarcane is such hard work. It gets so hot, so hot out there. I respect the farmers here so much. Yeah, it's super hot.
Oh yeah, farmers. That's one of the most important jobs, but it gets some of the least amount of respect.
Yeah,
Without farmers, everybody's screwed.
rain or shine, they're working,
Yeah,
even
then
with that.
you're always going against the elements. You can get a disease crop or a lack of rain or too much rain, not enough sun. It could be anything. Temperature fluctuations. Farming's it's hard work and it's kind of a gamble too. It's not easy. And a sugarcane farmer is definitely backbreaking work. There's no doubt about it. That's why I noticed my wife. I didn't want to say anything, but the difference from the amount of exercise you were getting, I could see it.
Yeah,
Not that my wife's body is falling apart because she's
yeah.
far from it, but I can notice the difference.
I grow like, like, what do you call that? 8 years old. 8 years old. Like I started to be like
That,
dependent.
that's when you went up in the fields at the age of 8.
Age? No, it's not.
When did you start helping out? At what age?
I can't remember because like 8, I started like working in my auntie while going to school.
Tell everybody what you did. And look who's here.
Big Dave. What's up, Big Dave? Look who's here.
What's up, Big Dave? How's it going? So far, so good. I'm behind the scenes.
Yeah, Bobby is. What's up, Bobby D and Angels? I hope is all well.
Larry P wants to go up there to Santa Catalina, work in the fields for a day.
Let's set it up.
All right, how much you charging an hour, Larry P, or is this one on the house? I'll set it up for you. Just remember, there's no going back. We talking how many hours? 8, 10, or 12? How many hours you gonna sign up for? Because they work from sun up to sundown, right?
Yeah.
When they're harvesting,
Yes.
the minute
Like
they're out there in the dark.
sometimes like dad went there like early because like it's not hot or
Wow, look who's here.
waiting for Goda. Bobby, how's your health? Hope you are well.
It's all good waiting for Godad. I got a bed sore and it's about a quarter of the way healed up. It's got about another 3/4 to go. That's why I'm staying flat on my back. I don't want to sit up because if I sit up, it's putting pressure right where the bed sore is at. So I got to stay flat on my back or on my side for the next, I would say, about 75 days to maybe 80 days till it's completely healed up. And it's got to heal from the bottom up. So, what's the name of that stuff that we pack in the hole?
Aquacell.
Aquacell. Aquacell, silver, and then another thing on the outer part called
Voodoo.
duoderm. So there's two different products we're using. I could put a wound vacuum on it, but that's expensive, and then every time you got to have that thing changed. Um, we're going old school with it this time. I had one bed sore years ago, and I had a wound vac on it, and that thing took about 5 to 6 months to heal up. It was crazy. Took a long time.
Yeah, so far so good. It's getting better, you know.
Slowly
The
but surely. I want to see Larry P up in that field.
Larry P here, my carpenter rate is $85 up to 150 hour. Well, HR.
Yeah.
Could he pay me $6 for the day? Let's see if I make it.
If you're a carpenter, you'll be able to make it.
Yeah.
You'll be able to make it.
Mm-hmm.
A carpenter, my goodness.
Carpenter.
I know a lot of carpenters. They say, Jesus, my boss is a Jewish carpenter.
What's up? 11 people here.
Thank you for everybody that's in the chat. If you could hit that subscribe button, it would be highly appreciated because we're pushing for the 1,000 subscriber mark. It doesn't cost you anything to subscribe, and it would really make the angels happy.
R. Scott, Bobby, did your uncle work for a children's home in Covington, KY,
Covington, Kentucky.
Kentucky?
Work for a children's home. To tell you the truth, I don't think so, but I'm not really sure. I wasn't really close to Dickie Welch. I spent, I think, 2 summers. Grandma was from Westfield, New Jersey. So we went to visit Aunt Jeannie and Uncle Dickie 2 times in my childhood. We stayed with them for, I think it was about 2 weeks. And I'm not sure. I don't think Uncle Dickie Welch, I don't think he worked for a children's home. It's possible, though. He might have volunteered. Go ahead, Babs.
Paul, what's up, Paul? Hello there. Oh, thank you. 16 people in here.
Wow, thank you for the 16
Thank
people in
you.
the chat. Excellent.
Tino. Hi, Bobby and wife. Have you met with Ricky? Ricky in the Philippines, bro?
That's Rike by the Sea. Is that
Oh,
correct?
Ricky, right.
Now, I've never met Rike before. He's got a vlog, babe.
Oh,
Rike.
okay. Yeah, I hear this name. I think you're watching on his vlog.
Yeah, I watched his vlog a couple times. When I first started watching YouTube. I watched Rike, and then I don't know. Sometimes I go through like I get. I shouldn't say it like this. I get bored with people like Overstay Road. I can only handle so much, and then I kind of bounce around. I haven't watched Rike in a while. Rike is good if you're trying to figure out like information. You go back and watch some of his different videos. I never watched his videos about how to meet a girl because Bobby D's got his own set of skills when it comes to that.
No, Tino.
My goodness.
Gary, Bud Grant and Robert Blake died.
Oh,
Robert Blake?
oh crap. Blake died. Hmm.
Waiting for Gata. I haven't seen Nix for a while. Is she doing okay? Yeah, on our next video, Nixie Cam over here, and we celebrate because we celebrate Valentine's Day here in the condo.
Yeah, it was late. I think what
Yeah.
date? It was like 5 days late or 4 days
Yes.
after the fact.
Yeah.
So we celebrated Valentine's Day like 3 or 4 days late. John Carlson had hooked us up with the donation, and we had surf and turf. Went out and bought a grill and what was it? Shrimp
Shrimp.
grouper, which is called lapu lapu over
Lapu-lapu
here.
here.
A whole bunch of fish, and then we got T-bone steaks that were like shoe leather. I was all excited for a T-bone steak. It was like a round steak in the United States. That's how tough the T-bone steaks were over here. I
T-bone.
couldn't. Next time I know I'm gonna have to marinate the T-bone steaks for like 3 or 4 days before I attempt to cook one. I couldn't believe how I never had a T-bone steak that was that tough.
Larry P. I fished in the Philippines pulling a 1 mile net in was a very good experience. I'd pay her father the $6 just do the new type work. Oh, my dad in our dad in the province is like scared. Like his cousin is a fisherman, and then the cousin like mm, convinced dad to accompany him going to the sea and then fishing. But dad is scared because we don't know how to swim. Gary, they all get boring after a while. One I watched starting to focus more on making money. You could tell he was putting contact out there just for the views.
Yeah, whatever's getting hits on the internet, they'll make a video about that. There's a guy called Chris Must List. ChrisMustList. Chris Must List. You guys should check out his channel. He's got a pretty interesting channel. He's like a world traveler, and he goes to some pretty interesting places, and he keeps it real. He's hands on, no bullshit, just tells it like it is, and goes to some pretty extreme places. He's one of my favorite vloggers. And then we got Carl Kaz. Or is it Carl? Kurt, that's it.
Kurt.
Kurt
Kurt
Kaz.
Kaz.
Kurt Kaz is another good vlogger. He
And
goes to places that most people won't go.
yes. Big Dave. Yeah, I hear the beef there is not great. Yes. But how about the pork bone? What can you say about the pork?
The pork is excellent. The chicken here is unbelievably good. The fruits and vegetables out of this world. So the pork and chicken, the the chicken is better than the United States by far, and the pork is really good, super tender.
Yeah.
But when it comes to beef, forget about it. It's just, it's not happening.
Gail Gentry. Hey man, fellow para here, T12L1.
Wow, Gail, how's it going?
What's up, Gail?
T11 or T12 and L1.
T12L1.
Wow.
What do you mean by that?
That's the level of the injury. Gail, are you complete or incomplete? And if you don't mind me asking, what happened? And thank you
Gar-
for being here. We got to
yeah.
stick together.
Thank you, 16 people in here.
Well, thank you for the 15.
No, on the
Now it's
MacBook, it's
16.
16. Gary, I added both those channels. I'll check them out later. Yes, Gary.
Yeah, you'll like them channels. I'm pretty sure, Gary.
Yeah.
They're exciting.
Arscat, Carbo T-bone.
Exactly. That's what I think it was. One time, Isla went out and got some chopped meat. I said, I want a big ass fatty hamburger. And I'm like, what's that smell? I think I was taking a nap. You know, you get caught up in when in Rome do as the Romans do. So I was taking a nap because Filipinos take like a siesta in the middle of the day. And I woke up and I smelled something. It smelled like Isla was cooking an old person. And I was like, what's that smell? And she's like, what's wrong, boo? It's the hamburger meat. I said, oh, God. And I didn't want, I don't want to insult my wife's cooking. I said, nothing against, you can't help it. It stunk. It smelled like an old person. And the hamburger,
The ground?
it was
Ground
hard,
beef?
babe, it was horrible. The ground beef.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure it wasn't beef. It was something else they ground up. And then I had asked Isla, they had one of their farm animals, the plow Philippine ox, the Carbonu died. I said, what they do with that? And Isla said they sold it to the butcher shop and they ground it up. So I think we got a ground up Carbonu that was disguised as beef. And it must have been old because when this supposedly ground beef was cooking, it was horrible. The whole house, the whole condo stunk.
Larry, do you use Grab food delivery? You answered
Yes.
that.
Yeah, we use Grab a lot and it's pretty cheap. Pretty cheap, good service. I've never had a problem with Grab. When I was in the hospital a couple times, we were getting Starbucks and I was splurging. We were getting Starbucks coffees and breakfast, and then lunchtime I'd bust out. We were eating the hospital food too because the portions were really small. So yeah, we're doing the Grab thing like 2 to 3 times a day sometimes.
Gale, complete mining accident roof fall.
Complete
Complete.
accident.
Ruffle.
Wow.
Ruffle.
Mining accident. Wow, the mine caved in. Holy cow. Since August,
Oh,
Gail Gentry said
since
since
August
August 28th,
28th.
1978, long time ago. Wow, what way to make it. That's a long time.
Yeah,
Holy cow. Thank God you made it.
thank God.
I know it's not easy. You know how it is. You've walked a mile in the shoes. You know how it is.
John Carlson, what's up, John? Thank you for for your Valentine's gift for Bobby and the Angels.
What's up, JC? Let me read John
Okay,
Carlson's comment.
yeah,
Kurt
go.
Katz has big cojones. You know what cojones are?
Cojones, no.
Cojones. Think.
Purpose of big
Take a
cojones.
guess. What's big cojones? Just take a guess.
Mm.
I'll give you a hint. The Carbano has a big set of them.
Ah, okay.
You got
Yeah.
it? That guy goes into dangerous areas of third world countries that even surprise the locals. You know it. You know it, JC. Yeah, and they're always telling him, put the camera away. And Kurt's like, Kurt can handle himself. How about that voodoo? That one episode where he was over there with the voodoo doctor, and they were mixing the chemicals together, and they had him in that bath, and he had to get butt naked in there. And then the guy tried to shake him down for some cash when he was going back to his motel. That was a pretty crazy episode. I thought Kurt was going to wind up fighting a couple people. Gary Johnson, you're going to like that guy's vlog, Kurt Cass.
Yeah.
And then when he's in the high altitude, I was telling Isla, I said the cocoa leaves, people say, oh, it's cocaine. When you chew the cocoa leaves, it's like drinking like 5 or 6 cups of coffee. And a lot of people use it for altitude sickness. You gotta crush up a lot of leaves and mix it with acetone or diesel fuel and get the paste and have a chemist. So cocoa leaves and cocaine is like, it's the same thing, but it's so he was over there chewing wads of leaves, had me dying laughing. And then he had the llama in the car.
Yeah.
I think his name was Jeffrey. Jeffrey the llama.
Gary, did you hear about the woman who was on vacation in Mexico, got locked out of her room, tried to climb up the balcony? He fell, didn't make it.
That's
Oh,
terrible. How long ago did that happen? I heard about what was it? 4 people went to Mexico.
yeah.
They crossed over in a bad spot, and the cartel grabbed them and killed 2 of them, and 2 of them made it out alive somehow. That's terrible that United States citizens go into Mexico to buy pharmaceuticals because it's a lot cheaper. And people are saying, well, why would they go to Mexico? Well, maybe they don't have health insurance, so that's what they got to do. Things are a lot cheaper in Mexico, and it's right across the border. But they were in the wrong place at the wrong time. So this lady that fell off the balcony, how long ago was that, Gary?
Larry P. Gale, welcome. Hope you are doing well.
Yeah, welcome, Gail. I think it's Gail's first time here.
Yeah.
Thank you for being here.
Ours cat meat. Gail, thanks, Larry
Dog
P.
meat. That's R. Scott meant dog meat. Yeah.
Dog meat, yeah.
When I was living in Hawaii, I had a Philippine girlfriend back in the day in the 80s. Her name was Marilyn Aguilicia Baroga, and we were talking about getting a dog, and we lived in a place called Aiea, Hawaii. It's by the Aiea Stadium right outside the Makalapa Gate, Pearl Harbor submarine base. And she said, "Don't get a black dog." And that part of Aiea had a large Filipino population, and I was like, "Why can't we get a black dog?" She said, "It'll disappear." And I said, "Disappear?" I said, "How's it going to disappear?" She said, "There's people from a certain province living in this neighborhood where up in the mountains where they still eat dogs." I said, "Why does it have to be a black dog?" I don't know. She was explaining it to me. I was laughing. Needless to say, we never wound up getting a dog, but it happens. I think over in China they still eat dogs in different parts of the world. Me personally, I'd pass on a dog. Who made the comment about the dog was a fatty and that would feed 12 people?
I can't remember. It
That
was
was
Mark. Oh no.
no, it wasn't Mark. He's the one that called regular guy a Fruit Loop, and I was dying laughing. I was trying to keep a straight face.
Big Dave, I wonder why there is such a
Fruit cake.
difference with the beef, the pork and chicken. There is not being injected with steroids, 80, which make it taste better. Why in United States they injected the chicken? Well,
Yeah, the chicken over here, I think it's more free range, and it's not coming from like the chicken aren't they're not just commercial farming where you got millions of chickens like on top of each other, and it's not genetically engineered like you're saying with the hormones and everything, and it's got more of a natural diet. Some of the chicken over here, the flavor is just unbelievably good. The eggs taste better, and the fruits and vegetables. Most of the stuff you're getting in the grocery store back in the United States is picked green, like the bananas. A lot of stuff around here is tree ripened, and I don't think a lot of it is GMO, genetically modified organisms. So it's different. It just tastes a lot better. And you got to figure they sell a lot more pork and chicken in the Philippines. So that's probably why the beef, they don't really put as much breeding time into like breeding stock to come out with the perfect, try to get as close to perfection as possible. You could get good steak over here. You just got to know where to
Mm-hmm.
go, and you're gonna pay a premium price for it. Remember that tomahawk steak that I
Yeah.
bought? It was like 85, $90 at
Yes.
that restaurant. And I made a mistake because the guy was,
In Dumaguete?
oh my God, he started describing the steak, and I didn't even ask the price. And I don't think the price was on the menu. But then when I got the bill, and then they hit us with the service charge, which is like a tip. This place was high end.
Yes. But the tomahawk is like so,
Yeah, it was super good.
but the price is super good also. It's too expensive. Oh my god. John Carlson, you guys are welcome. Regarding the stinky beef issue, it seems quality control is kind of lacking in the Philippines. Yeah, court was disappointed. They tried to scam him in the Voodoo blog.
Yeah.
Voodoo. Gary, January 23 of this year, rented an Airbnb, was from Massachusetts, 20 years old. From Massachusetts, Massachusetts.
Massachusetts. Yeah, you said it right.
20 years old? Oh,
January
she's too
this
young.
year. Rent an Airbnb.
Oh, Melvin is here.
What's up, Mel?
Magic
What's happening?
Playa. Hello, Ayla and Bobby. Welcome back. What's up, Melvin? How
What's
are
up,
you?
Melvin? We're back like
How
we
are
never
you?
left.
Yeah.
I told you I'd be back. You just can't see
Guys,
me. I'm
gu-
incognito. I'm behind the scenes.
yeah. Guys, don't forget to like, subscribe, hit the notification bell. Thank you, Mel.
Subscribe. We got to get some subs.
The most terrifying job I was working at a commercial chicken ranch. They crammed the chicken in cages so small they almost couldn't move around. Free range is the way to go.
Oh yeah, for sure. What's that veal when they put those cows in a cage where they can't turn, and then they feed them that like some kind of milk, so there's no muscle tone to the meat at all. Veal. If you ever like, it's probably on YouTube how a lot of people won't eat veal because of the way the animals are treated. I don't know. I'm not really a veal guy. Veal cutlets. I think that was the last thing I ate. Probably 15 years ago, I had some veal cutlets. A chicken ranch. My goodness.
Chicken ranch.
Yeah, there's stacked in there like it's ridiculous.
Yeah. Larry P. John Thief, a terrible job. Rather cut sugarcane.
Definitely. Thank you for the 13 people in here. Excellent.
Magic Playa, me okay.
Thank God for that, Magic Player. We woke up this morning,
Yes.
and that's what matters. Thank God for that.
Thank God.
Yeah, I'd rather be out in the fresh air cutting some sugar cane myself, Larry P.
Oh, James Dunn. Hello, Bobby and Ala Food. Good to see you both. What's up, Don?
What's up, James Dunn? How's it going? Good to see you both. Yeah, we're talking about food, right? Everybody's got food on the mind.
Good. Boom.
Yes.
Maybe I don't want to talk to him.
Huh?
Like,
What's the matter?
I saw an art. Is that an article in China? Like, worm
Look at the
storm.
camera. Talk to the people. What happened?
Worm storm
The
in
what?
China.
What happened?
Worm storm.
Worm
Storm.
storm. What's a worm storm?
Like, it's raining with worms.
Raining worms?
Yeah.
I've heard of a fish storm
Fish storm.
where what do you call it? A cyclone picked up fish out of a lake and dumped them all over the place in a village. But I've never heard of a worm storm. Did you guys? All right, I'm not really into politics, and I really don't want to talk about this on the vlog, so I'm going to keep it really short. Did you hear about what happened to the governor where my wife's from, Negros Oriental? Man, it's all over the news. It was
Yeah.
pretty crazy.
That's
They
close to the house.
they did a gangland style hit on that guy. I was like, wow, pretty crazy. They popped off so many rounds on a closed circuit television camera that they had in this place wherever this incident happened. You could barely see. There was so much gunpowder smoke in the air. When the air cleared, there was people laying all over the place. I was like, man, pretty crazy shit over here.
John Carlson, Bobby, hope you don't mind my asking. Me asking, is your pressure sore better?
It's about a quarter of the way healed up. It's got another 3 quarters to go, and it's looking better, JC. It was actually so deep. There's a tendon. It's either a ligament or a tendon. It's white. It's kind of creepy looking. So I would say it's two about 2 inches deep into my right ass cheek. So that's where it's located, right on the radius. Trying to give you a location. Um, it's getting better. It's getting better slowly but surely. Ted Robertson said tilapia in the Philippines is free of heavy metal. Is it free of heavy
Pollutants.
metal and pollutants? That's what I always wondered, Ted Robertson. Thank you for being here. Thank you for being in the chat. You gotta. It's hard to say where a lot of this fish is coming from, and you see a lot of streams where the sewage they run a pipe right into the stream, and the tilapia is eating the human waste. And that's a good question. Yeah, that is definitely. I guess there's no way to tell. You know what I mean? I would say it's probably contaminated. You just got to be careful. Like the fish, remember I had a tuna fish, there was high levels of mercury in it, and they were warning pregnant women don't eat a lot of tuna. I would say moderation. It's hard to tell where your fish is coming from. Me, I like big grouper, tuna. I like the big game fish, but it's gonna cost double or 5 times the price of say like a milkfish or tilapia. And then you got the contaminants, heavy metal contamination in that pelletized food and in those lakes over there in Thailand and everything. The water's polluted. Yeah, that's something. That's something. Everything nowadays is like a toxic soup. We're living. We're surrounded by chemicals, and it's kind of sad. I'm like an organic farmer, a tree hugger, I guess.
James Don, Bobby, your sore sounds like my ex-wife.
My goodness. Damn. That's terrible. A pain in the ass, right? That's it.
Ours codfish.
Yeah, codfish is good. Cod. I definitely like cod for
John
sure.
Carlson, glad the pressure source better. Sea bass is big bucks, but delicious.
Oh yeah, stripers for sure. Sea bass is good. So what's new with everybody out there? Thank you for the 15 people in here. It's highly appreciated. I'm excited to be here because I was missing you guys
Yeah.
for sure. I was thinking I said we got to do a live stream. Just kind of wasn't feeling too good the last couple weeks. Melvin was giving me a hard time. I'm like, Mel, we're not feeling good. And then today, Ms.Nix was out getting a. She was supposed to come over, but she had something to do. She had to pick up a prom dress. So I'm gonna try to twist Nixie's arm, see if I get the other two angels here the next go around next week, same time, same location. See if we can get all the angels here for the next live stream.
Same time, same date, same
Don't
location.
touch that dial. What was that show? Don't touch that dial. I think that was a cartoon.
Oh, don't touch it. No,
Hmm?
I forgot. We're watching that movie. What is the title on that?
My wife likes gangster type
What do you
movies.
call that? The last movie?
Sicario.
Yeah,
We watched
Sicario.
Sicario, and Isla was liking that movie. I was like, wow. And then The Town. There was a couple movies. Where is where's Dane Lionheart at? He's not here today. He's absent from school.
Your absent day.
Big Dave.
Big day. I had teacher freshman year in high school, so who fell off the Palisades cliffs as a young man. He was paralyzed from the waist down. Oh, I had him a year of history and science. He was the best teacher I had.
Wow, Palisades. You talk about on I'm trying to think now. The New Jersey side of the Hudson River, Palisades Park over there by the George Washington Bridge. You talking about those cliffs over there, Dave? Or are we talking about a different Palisades cliffs? And Larry P said Sicario is a cool movie.
Yeah,
Felt
Larry.
real.
I thought they have part three. Is that part three, Boo? Yeah,
Yeah,
because
yeah, they're coming out
I
with
feel
part
like
three. How
it's
about
hanging.
I told Isla, I said, yo, check this out. This is like the ultimate revenge where that lawyer that turned Sicario hitman
Yeah.
showed up at the dinner and sat down and he shot the kids and then a wife in front of the husband. That was pretty crazy because it was revenge. It was a revenge hit for what they did to his kids and his wife. All right, James Dunn said Sopranos all day long.
Yeah, we
I
watched that for right?
no,
Sopranos?
nope, you haven't watched that yet. It's
Oh,
on the
really?
list.
Okay, let's check that later. um, Ted, just stumbled on your channel. Are you in the Philippines? Which island? I hope to be back in the Philippines in April.
Wow, that's going to be cool. Back in April, that's pretty soon. Stumble our channel. We
Oh,
are in. I'm just
Mactan, Newtown,
Mactan, Newtown,
Lapu-Lapu City, Cebu.
Lapu Lapu City, Cebu. And how long have I been here, babe? How many
Like
months?
June, July, August, September, October, November, December, January, February, March. Like 10 months.
10 months, going strong. I like this Mactan Newtown area. It's wheelchair friendly and you never really have to leave. I don't like being stuck in the neighborhood, but everything is close by. You got a 7-Eleven on each end of the street. I'm not really into junk food, but if you need a McDonald's or Jollibee, it's close by. To
Yeah.
get a jeepney, it's right at the end of the block. And I don't know, it's a pretty secure neighborhood. We got they're not armed guards, but we got security people downstairs.
Yes.
It's a nice place to live. It's a little expensive. We're paying about 636 US dollars a month I would like to pay about half of that.
Where's the sea?
So we're kind of looking around for a cheaper place to live.
Gary, 2 months since Ms.Nix posted a video.
Yeah, we need to get on Miss Nix's case. She's got enough subs. All
Yeah.
she needs is watch hours. Um, Isla and the other angels, Rami, we got the reverse problem. We got enough watch hours, but we don't have enough subs. And pretty soon Nixie's going to have to work a regular job. And we were trying to tell her, look, would you rather go to a 9 to 5 and not really make a lot of money and be struggling, or would you rather grab a couple cameras and go out there and vlog about stuff? You know, you could make a decent living in the Philippines. You got like old dog new tricks, baby May. She's doing all right, money wise. It's hard, it's not easy in the Philippines. And I'm Ms.Nix could knock it out of the box if she just kept vlogging. She's not understanding. We're trying to steer her in that direction. I'm not saying do that, as your full-time career. You never know what can happen. It's just like a hustle. So you got your side income, and you never know the way it could turn out. Some vloggers have millions of subs and are doing really good. Other people struggle. It all depends. Ms.Nix is cut out for it. I'm not saying she's going to regret it. I just think that she could have did really well. And she's busy in school. I'm really
Yeah.
proud of her. She's concentrating on her schoolwork. So we'll see what happens in the future. She was busy today, so hopefully next week she'll join the live stream. What's up? What's up, Nix, if you're watching? Big brother misses you.
We miss you. Gary, I see she has well over 1,000 subscribers. Yeah.
Yeah, she got 1,000 subs.
1,200 plus?
Yeah, she got 1,000 subs like it was nothing.
Mm-hmm.
Wham! It was like a couple weeks. She had 1,000 subs.
All
But,
she need is watch hour.
yeah.
Gary, you should go on her channel.
Yeah.
I am trying to like post a video on her channel, but
It's hard. Isla's trying to do two channels at the same time.
but
And
sometimes I am so busy I can't.
it's crazy. People don't realize editing and taking care of my ass. I don't know. Am I a pain in the ass to take care of?
No.
Are you sure?
The first time, like I kind of worried or I don't know, but like now it's easy for me to like change or like it's not pain that no.
Read Jim Richards' comment.
Jim Richard, is Doc Rambo on?
I have no idea what that means. Black Rambo?
Gary, your
Jim-
subscribers to share your videos.
Yeah. Dak must be with Dane Rolling and a bomber.
Doc must be with Dane rolling the bomber.
Rolling those. How many papers was it? 72 paper joint. Had me dying laughing. Who was talking about that the other day? What was that comment that I was laughing about? Jim Richards said something the other day. Had me dying laughing.
Like Dane about Dane spying?
Yeah.
Is that Dane spying?
The spy balloon.
Yeah.
Wow, BJ's here. What's up, bro?
What's up, BJ? Hello, Bobby and Ali. Good morning, Bobby. Did you change your locations again? No.
No, we're still stuck in Mactown, Newtown. Still looking for a place to rent. My friend from Australia, my good buddy, Peter T. I don't want to give out his last name because I don't know if he wants me to. All right, I'm going to give out his last name. You ever heard of the beer Tuies? Peter Toohey, what's up, brother? He came over yesterday, and I I think I talked him to death. He's one of my good friends over here from Australia. We were talking about moving out of this place. He's over there in what's the name of that?
Plains
The
residence.
Plains Residence, and he likes it. And I just realized that the Australians can only stay for 6 months, and then they got to go back, or they got to leave the country, and then they come back in and start all over. Like in United States resident, it's you could spend up to 3 years in the
3 years.
Philippines. Then you got to
Exit.
leave for 72 hours or a couple hours and turn around and you come back in and start all over again.
Big Dave, yeah, Jersey side, he fell through trees that probably broke his fall enough to survive. He was one of those teachers that connected to the kids.
You skip the comment.
Hmm? Eh, sorry, Gregory Chalmers. God bless you guys. Same to you, Gregory.
What's up, GC? What's up, Gregory? God bless you too. Thank you. Thank you for
Thank
the
you.
16 people in here. Don't forget to subscribe. It really helps. It's free.
John Carlson in Sicario, it was heavy when the Mexican cartel guy said, "It was not personal." Then Alejandro said, "For me, it was." Then shut him. Oh.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah, like
Alejandro.
I am talking to Bobby like, oh well, after we watch that video, like I can still see that video in my mind. Like I can sleep.
Yeah, it was like 5:30 in the morning. We binged watched both episodes. The sun was coming up, and Isla was wide awake like she drank 5 cups of coffee. It was crazy. I was like, "Babe, why are you so wired?" And she was like, "I can't get that movie off of my mind." It got Isla all hyped up. Then the Australian, my buddy that was over here yesterday, told Isla, "I think you're involved in that hit over there on the mayor of your town in Santa Catalina." I was like, "Here we go." Yeah, politics are deadly in the Philippines. That's why I don't give my opinion. I shouldn't even be talking about it. I should just shut my mouth. So Big Dave said, "Yeah, Jersey side, he fell through the trees. That probably broke his fall enough to survive." Yeah, because them cliffs over there on the Jersey side, and they got that road that comes down, and there's an armory up there, a National Guard armory somewhere's by a bridge up there. See, I worked on the George Washington Bridge when I was an iron worker, so I kind of remember the Palisades Park on the Jersey side, and that freaking cliff on that Jersey side. Yeah, the trees broke his fall. Otherwise, he wouldn't have made it, Big Dave, for sure. That's a bad fall.
John, I really cracked up watching the microwave popcorn vlog. She started ripping the bag open and I was saying, no.
No. All right. That's the thing about when you have a Filipina as a girlfriend, wife, or friend. When you take them out and do new things, a lot of times they haven't done a lot of things that say
Yeah.
Americans or Australians or wherever you're from. If they're out in the province, there's a lot of things that they haven't experienced. So it's so cool to watch your girlfriend, wife, or boyfriend, whatever it is, to experience new things with them together. There's no better feeling in the world. Yeah, when she started ripping into that bag of popcorn, it was hilarious. And what were you saying about you couldn't figure out where all the popcorn was in the bag?
Yeah, first time when Bobby told me to, you bought that popcorn, and then when I thought that it's already cooked inside the box.
So I
And
was
then
thinking, wow, that's not a lot of popcorn in this
yeah,
box.
when I opened the box, and then I told Bobby, only this is so small. And then I did not know that it's not cooked yet. So yeah, that's my first time on that. And
Something
then
new.
yeah, I did not try going to, like, what is that, bro? Cinema, bro?
Yeah, you never been to a movie theater. That's
Yeah,
another
movie
thing we
theater.
got to do. And I was telling
Yeah.
Isla, that Act Two, when you go to a movie theater, they load the popcorn down with butter, and they were doing research on what chemicals are in that butter, and they said it's like smoking a pack of cigarettes. It tastes good though, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
All right, next,
Here.
Ted
Ted
Richards.
Robertson. Derek Q is your never. Domagari 400 USD for 2 bed condo. Derek Q?
That's not bad. Dumagetti. Yeah, Dumaghetti's got some pretty reasonably priced
Yeah,
places to live.
cheap. It's cheap. The rent there is cheap compared in Cebu, especially in Lapu-Lapu because a lot of beach here, so it's expensive, a little expensive. James Don, Bobby, would you stay in the Philippines for good, or is the USA the end goal for you and Ayla?
I would say the USA for sure is the end goal, and money talks. I would like to spend 8 months of the year in the Philippines and 4 months of the year. I almost said Hawaii. 8 months of the year. I'm trying to think now. I lost my train of thought. I didn't sleep too much last night. 8 months of the year in the Philippines and 4 months of the year in the United States. And then sometimes rotate that around, reverse it. Sometimes 6 months in the Philippines, 6 months in the United States. But the end goal is to get Isla to the United States. Yeah, Isla's got to come to the United States and meet mom and dad. And I got to go back to the United States to make some money. So that's that's the plan. We just started working on a visa, and because of my medical condition, I'm going to try to see if I could get it expedited because it's kind of a bad situation I'm in right now with this bed sore and everything. So we'll see what happens. God willing.
Yeah, tomorrow. Wish me luck.
Yeah, Isla, where you going tomorrow?
Tomorrow I am going to U.S. Consulate Cebu,
What time you going?
located in Waterfront Hotel, Waterfront,
What time you
Lapu,
going?
Water. Um, Early in the morning. I need to be there like 6. I know 5 a.m. in the morning. Yeah, because it's like 45 minutes away from here.
And they talk about don't bring your Filipina to the United States because it'll change them. I do suppose that's true. There is that is something to think about. See what happens. We're just gonna do it and see what happens. Got a lot of trust in my wife over there. I just pictured you in a room full of naked young men. My goodness, my mind is all over the place. The dirty old man. All right, let me stop talking crazy. Larry P. Would an American VPN help income for a Philippine vlogger? Would an American VPN help income for a Philippine vlogger? Um, you know what, Larry? That's a that's a good question. I never thought about that because I got a Express VPN because if you have Netflix, there's a lot of movies that like the Philippine Netflix and the Netflix from the United States is totally different. Like there's say if there's 10,000 movies on Netflix, there's a lot more movies than that. But I'll give you an example. 10,000 movies on the USA Netflix and on the Philippines version of Netflix, you probably have like 3,000 movies. So that's why I got the VPN and there's a lot of free stuff like um what's that Tubi television and Pluto and all them free apps. nothing's really free. They're collecting information on you, is what it is.
Hmm.
So I got the VPN for stuff like that, and it helps out a lot. That's a good question, Larry P. I'm gonna check into that. Would a VPN help income
Yeah.
for a Philippine vlogger?
R. Scott, Bobby, always good to hear from you and your angel. Let's see the angels work the grill next time. Yeah, we have tonight. I am going to upload that video
Is
of
it
the three angels grilling outside the balcony.
yo? And Isla wanted to fire the grill up inside of the bedroom.
Yeah,
I
so
about died
that
laughing.
I want Bobby to watch us while grilling,
He's
and
gonna
then
fire up the grill in the bedroom. That would have been something.
I thought the fan, electric fan, can help with the smoke.
Yeah, because I smoke one cigarette a day, usually, sometimes two. So Isla puts the fan in the window because I can't stand the smell of cigarette smoke in the air, like secondhand smoke and the nicotine and tar. It messes up the paint on the walls and everything. It gets in your clothes. So to answer the question, Gary Johnson still smoking. Um, 1 to 2 cigarettes a day. And the problem with that is it slows down the healing process.
Yeah.
So I think it's time to just forget about the 1 or 2 cigarettes a day. It's not even worth it. Next question, babes.
John Carlson, you're right. Nix could do well vlogging. I
Oh,
think
yeah.
if she kept going, she get monetized, motivating her to continue. Being a great dancer and easy in the eyes does not hurt. Smiles.
Exactly. And the thing is, once she gets monetized, that would be even more motivation. But she threw in the towel.
Yeah.
She crapped out right at the last. She was so close to the finish line. And then I'm like, why would you crap out at the end? And we were trying to motivate her, and it wasn't working. She
Mhm.
wasn't happy. And I was like, fake it till you make it. And I'm like, come on, Nix, you got to smile. I think not going to school for a couple years and then going back, it messed up a lot of the, the kids over here. And I don't know, things changed for Nix.
Yeah, she's adjusting also because she's from public school and then
I put her in a private school,
yeah,
so that was a big adjustment. And they
yes.
speak more English in a private school than they do out in the province. So it was a big change. I don't know. Then we were trying to get her to eat better. It was one thing after another.
Yeah.
So she went to go live with Ramey. I guess she didn't like the rules over here. Not that we had a lot of rules, but I don't know. You guys got to ask Nix what happened. Why would you give up? She was so close. Maybe she'll get back into it. I don't want to push her. If you're not happy doing it, you're not happy doing it. But she could knock it out of the park. I know she could. John Carlson's right.
Mhm. Ted, Australians are treated by Philippine immigration the same as we are. That is the Australian pension regulation. 6 months max staying abroad or you lose the pension. So if you're staying, like, you lose the pension.
Oh, it's your
Thank you.
pension.
Yeah,
Okay.
pension.
Wow, I didn't know that.
Mhm.
Australian. So it's
Thank you, 20 people in here. If you're not subscribed yet, please subscribe to Bobby's Angels.
next question.
John, Bobby, you and I know you'd already be in much less expensive place if wheelchair accessibility was not an issue.
Oh yeah, JC. I'd be out in the province in 2 seconds.
Yeah.
I'd be on the island with no electricity, for sure. You're not kidding. You already know.
Hmm.
I'd be out there in the jungle, for sure. like I was back in the day on the big island of Hawaii.
Laurie P. Manila, BGC Makati should be more wheelchair accessible.
Definitely. We got a friend, Marcus, if you're watching. Marcus is one of the subscribers. He came over and hung out for about 7 hours one day. He's super cool. And
Mhm.
his fiance, soon to be wife, Charlotte, she was super cool. Two of our subs, super cool people. They're over there in
Makati.
Makati. But he was saying he's not in the stuffy part of Makati where it's real expensive. He said if you go to the right, it's kind of like the hood. And if you go to the left, it's kind of stuffy with like stuck up people. And if you go straight, it's kind of right down the middle, 50-50. If that made any sense. I don't know what I'm talking about. So somebody told me an exciting story. What's going on? What's exciting in your all's lives out there? Tell me what's going on. I got to hear a crazy story. I'm just in one of those moods all of a sudden. Next,
Big Dave. I just subscribed a second time through second email. We need to get them to 1K. Thank you, Big Dave.
thank you, Big Dave. I appreciate that. Thank you, bro. I definitely appreciate it.
Magic Playa. How are you, Isla and Bobby? How are you feeling? You guys are so special to me.
What's up, Magic Player? You know you're special. Melvin's my right hand
Yeah,
man. I'm feeling all right. How you doing, Boo Boo Gabs?
I am doing great.
Smile. Come on now.
No, not water because I am eating nuts.
Oh my goodness, that didn't sound too good.
I have snacks in my.
You got nuts in your mouth? Oh my god. All right, let me stop. That's for Dale Lionheart. I'm missing the lewd and lascivious comments and the 72 paper joint statements. Cheech and Chong. Remember I put that on the other day? Where they were smoking out the what was that?
Yeah.
57 Chevy and the smoke was pouring out the windows and the cop pulled him over and he asked where's the license and he said, "Yo, man, the license is on the bumper, man." It was back in the day. That's back in our days
Yeah,
when I was a kid.
we're doing great, Melvin. We're just so busy the past days, and
Raimi was sick for a while.
yeah, she's sick. She's coughing.
I told her stay home. I don't feel like getting sick.
Mhm. Larry P. The American consulate in Cebu is in the waterfront hotel. Crazy, yeah, waterfront hotel.
That's pretty cool. They got the consulate in a hotel.
Yeah.
So you could stay at the hotel. If you're doing business there,
Mm-hmm.
what better place to stay? I wonder how that Larry P, how is that motel? Have you ever stayed there or do you know anybody that personally stayed there? I never watched a vlog about that waterfront hotel. I wonder how it is staying there. And what kind of restaurant? Did they have a restaurant inside that hotel?
John, Bobby, if your vlog took off, you could afford to live in Makati, where the healthcare is top notch, plenty of stores and restaurants within willing distance, and accessibility is way better.
It's all about those dead presidents. If I got the money, we can make it happen. That's the thing about the Philippines. If you got money, you could buy just about anything over here. And say if you need to hire an assistant, anything's possible. It's just going to take some dead presidents to get it done. Yeah, Makati was sounding pretty cool from what Marcus was telling me.
Yeah, Makati.
Bouncing around, moving around from place to place, and getting the vlog going better for sure.
Larry P. Ms.Nix should just marry a really cute looking carpenter
There you go.
from California. Just saying, slide into my DMS Nix. What is DMS again?
That's messages.
Okay, direct messages.
Mm-hmm.
Ours cat, Bobby, get 500 business cards printed that you could pass out 10%, could 50 more
Yeah, I
subs.
was telling Isla, t-shirts, not t-shirts right away, t-shirts in the future, but in the Philippines, to print up 10,000 business cards would be super reasonably priced, and
Yeah.
just put them all over the place. I don't like litter, and some people said just drop them in the elevators and all kinds of shit. I said, nah, I ain't doing that. Just passing them out. Like when we're out and about, I could pass them cards out to a whole bunch of different people
Yeah.
and get those subs pretty easily. It seems like every time I get on a little bit of a roll, I get a urinary tract infection, or it's just I look at it as John Carlson knows what I'm talking about. John JC said he doesn't know how he. It's like a full time job just trying to stay alive sometimes. So basically, that's what's been happening with me. I just thank God every day that I'm alive and I woke up in the morning. I got no complaints. Everything's going like my wife taught me God's perfect timing. It's all going to work out in the end, and we'll get there, just one step at a time. It's just going to take a little bit longer. It's almost like building a family. That's why I miss doing these live streams. I know Melvin was missing it. That's a good
James.
idea, R. Scott, to get 10,000 business cards and pass them out.
Yeah. James John. Bobby, was you a steel fixer? Many years ago, I attempted to work as a glass clutter. It could off work out fine if it wasn't for my knees knocking together.
Yeah, scared of heights. I was an iron worker for the 480 local out of Elizabeth, New Jersey, and they picked me for the bridge crew. I was on a Goethals Bridge for a long time before they built a new bridge next to it and tore the old one down. And the Outer Bridge crossing, the Verrazano Bridge, George Washington Bridge was my favorite. All the bridges that connect New Jersey to New York, they had us working on. And they have, I was working with the Brazilian and Greek painters. Met this guy named Louis. He was a Greek guy, and he had the patent on that machine that they have to use to shot blast the bridges because the EPA gets involved. 90% of the bridges contain lead paint. It's more like 99% of the bridges. So when they you have this machine, it's like sandblasting. Imagine a giant sandblaster. One guy's got the gun, the nozzle, and it's these looks like BBs, and it's shooting the metal shot out, and the guy standing next to him, they're breathing oxygen under hoods. One guy is vacuuming it up, and the other guy's blasting the bridge, and all the paint and the metal shot is falling down on top of it. You have to totally wrap the bridge. Underneath the bridge, you have beam hanger clamps that clamp onto the I beams, and then you run stringers, metal cables underneath that, and then you have I think it's like a 2 foot overlap on the chain link fence with D ring hooks, and then you put down a heavy duty tarp. Basically, you're encasing the whole bridge in a big blanket, so none of the shit can fall in the river, none of the metal shot, none of the lead paint, and you have to build a platform up above the road surface, and you got to get this done at night. Close or during the day, you got to close lanes of traffic, and if the lane's not open by like 6 o'clock in the morning, you're getting fined $10,000 for every 30 seconds that goes by. It's crazy. So, anyway, I met this guy named Louis. Make a long story short, he was Greek, and they told me that Uncle Louis owns two islands in Greece, and he was a painter at the Painters Local in New York City. And when the regulations came out from the EPA about lead in the waterways, they came up with this machine, and he got the patent on it. And Louis' machine is on like every single bridge job in the world where they have concerns about lead paint in the rivers, which is pretty much like everywhere. So this guy's filthy rich, but he was like a regular guy. He used to pull up in his pearl white Cadillac at like 3 o'clock in the morning, have like 60 boxes of donuts and gallons of Dunkin' Donuts coffee in the back, and he would just hang out with us at nighttime. So, all right, I kind of went off on the deep end, but he had a, all right, so you got the one guy vacuuming up the metal shot. It goes up into this hopper that's up on a platform up above the road surface. It goes through a big auger, and an electromagnet picks up the metal shot, sends it back down to the gun under high pressure. And then the screw fills up 55-gallon metal drums with the lead paint chips that you're blasting off the bridge. And all this equipment needs to be, usually it's up in the what do you call it, the trusses above the road surface on the bridge. You got to build like a giant platform up there. It's pretty cool stuff. I got picked for the bridge crew. The thing about the bridge crew is really tight unit. It's like usually like 8 to like 16 guys. You got to know what the guy next to you is capable of doing, because when you close that lane of traffic, you have a certain amount of work, and it's got to be done. And the lanes of traffic have to be open when all them cars start coming across that bridge coming from New Jersey into New York, because most of the people that work in New York City are living in on the Jersey side of the river, and the fines were huge for not having that lane open and all the cones up. And then we worked with the Port Authority police, and this was after 9/11. You had to call the Coast Guard and let them know that you had a boat underneath the bridge. And I remember this young apprentice was saying, "What's the boat zigzagging, doing a figure eight all day long underneath the bridge?" I said, "That's so if you fall in the water, they can get you out of the water." He said, "Oh, so they can." I said, "To get your dead body out of the water." I said, it's deceiving how far away the water is from underneath that bridge. You fall off the bridge, your chances of surviving is pretty slim." I said, "If you don't have a body harness on, they're going to throw a harness on you and then drag you back to shore and make it look like, you were tied off." Anyway, all right, that's my story. I got a little bit crazy there for a minute. Yeah, that was one of my favorite jobs, being an iron worker. I've had a ton of different jobs. All right, Boo Boo
Um,
Gabs,
an iron worker.
a steel fixer.
Big Dave. Dave's not here, man. Ours cat Bobby, my niece is a wound care nurse. Bed sores can be a big problem. Praying for you.
Thank you, R. Scott. I appreciate it. Yeah, they can be a big problem, and they could
Yeah.
get infected in a New York minute. It doesn't take much to die from a bed sore and get real bad real quick. So far, so good. I'm doing all right.
Gary, vlogger is not for everybody. I know for myself it's not something I would want to do. I would get bored easily with it, and I'm not a public person.
There you go. See, Ms.Nix is an introvert. She's not really like outgoing. Like, she doesn't like to let everybody know what she's doing and be in the public,
Yeah.
put all her personal business out there. So she's like an introvert.
Magic Playa. Yes, was Bobby miss it so much. Ron
My
McDonald is
goodness.
here. What's up,
What's up,
Bobby?
bro? We are just talking about you. There he is, the Don. He's here. That's
Donald.
that's that's my man. He was here visiting. How many hours? Like 6. Came over and hung out with his wife slash fiance Charlotte, and we was mixing it up for like 6 hours. I think I talked Ron McDonald to death, jibber jabbing. What's new, Ron McDon? We were talking about you over there in Makati. What's new? Ron
Gary,
McDon's super cool.
I'm curious, what does an average steel worker make in New York City?
Back when I was in, I think it was $47 an hour, and then you had your annuity and pension added on to that, and you had vacation pay. So I forget what it totaled. It was, let's see, I'm trying to go into order. Las Vegas was the highest paid iron workers. Then it was New York City, local 40, and then New Jersey. I think that was the order. And I remember the Chicago ironworkers was local number one. The one of the cool buildings I got to work on was the Goldman Sachs building on Hudson Street in New Jersey, where the Colgate building was located. It's the tallest building in New Jersey. That was a super cool project. And after 9/11, the whole design of the building changed. I think 2 or 3 levels of a parking garage was eliminated, and the building was pushed closer to the river just in case a tanker bomb or a truck bomb pulled up and tried to get close to the building. And then the iron, what I noticed about the iron on that building was usually the higher up you go on the building, the shorter the bolts get. But this building, I think we were like, I can't remember what floor it was. We were so high up in the air. The Statue of Liberty looked like a toy, and cars down on the ground looked like matchbox cars. There was 18 and a half inch bolts, and we were like on the 79th or 80th floor, and he had 18 and a half inch bolts, huge flanges on these beams. It was crazy. And they were asking me, what did you notice about the building? I said, this thing is like bomb proof. And they said you could fly a plane into it. And it's like the Empire State Building. You can't knock that building down. If a plane flew into it, it's not going anywhere because that building was all it was all riveted together. They don't think they use bolts on the Empire State Building. It's like all the old bridges. It's all rivets. All right, babe, I'm talking too much.
Gail, follow Union Guy here, UMWA.
There you go. What does that
WA.
UMWA stand for? Yeah, union's the way to go.
Larry P. In California, carpenters set up bridge poles work. Setting beams is really fun, except when it's raining or cold and foggy.
Oh yeah, yeah. I'm not really one of these people that get into fights with people, but I remember there was tension between the ironworkers union and the carpenters union in New Jersey because they had a lot of scaffolding on the George Washington Bridge, and they were sending carpenters out there, and they were welding stuff, and they had me taking pictures of this carpenter. And Lenny was like, "What's it look like?" I said, "A stack of dimes." I said, "This carpenter is welding better than most of the welders I know." I really don't like welding. I was a connector. That's my job. Connecting iron is where it's at. I don't know. Welding's all right. I wasn't really that good at it. I could tack stuff together, but I was never really a good welder.
R. Scott, 1978, I think, is when they banded paint.
Yeah, 78. That sounds
1978.
about right. Carpenters Union. My first cousin Bobby Gray. He was in the Carpenters Union. Last thing I heard in Huntington Beach, California. I guess a lot of these movie stars have their houses built by union union workers. If I'm correct, I'm not sure, but I'm pretty sure Bobby Gray was out there working on some big houses, Huntington Beach, California.
John Carlson. You're right, Bobby. We've got to stop and be thankful for what we've got. You are so lucky you found Ala. She's super supportive, good Filipina, seems to be patient and appreciative. I want one smiles.
Yeah, yes, JC. Out of all the women, I would say Filipinas are number one. And I'm not prejudiced against, everybody says, oh, the passport bros and Amer- American men are like giving up on American women and coming over to Philippines. There's good American women too. There's good women everywhere. It
Yeah.
just depends. I'm not discriminating against American women because I had a couple in my day. So it's not like I was born at night and it wasn't last night, if you know what I mean. I try not, I asked Isla, I said I had 3 or 4 girlfriends in my past, and that's about as far as it goes, right, babe?
Yes. What is that? Where are we now? Hi, Bobby. I was a steel worker for a couple of years, like industrial iron work. It's no joke. You've got to watch what the hell you're doing and have eyes in the back of your head. From John.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Like they say, the Mohawk Indians or iron workers, they got eyes on their feet.
Ted, Bobby, Ayla, God bless you. PCW visa can be accelerated. I remember my great uncle had his niece sponsored from Europe. In 2 months, she got US PCW personal care worker visa to look after 82-year-old uncle.
That's the thing. What we're gonna do now is I want Isla to meet up with somebody in American consulate to figure out what is the best route to go because you got so many different types of visas and different types of rules and regulations. And my situation might be different than Joe Blow's situation. Like Joe Blow is not in a wheelchair with medical problems or whatever is going on. So I hopefully she could get hooked up with somebody that gives a shit and that's you know looking out for what's going on. I might have to grease their palm or whatever it takes. You know what I mean? Y'all didn't hear that, but
Hey.
all right.
Yeah. Larry P., I'm sure San Francisco was a very high worker scale.
Oh yeah, for sure.
San Francisco.
Davis Bacon wages.
Ron McDonald. We're doing good, bro. Just playing Horizon Zero Dawn, relaxing. How's the pressure? Healing.
As a pressure healer. What is that PlayStation or Xbox? Horizon Zero Dawn. What is that, bro? You got to explain that one. It's healing. It's about a quarter of the way healed up, and you got to pack that. What is it called? Silver?
Aquacell Silver.
Aquacell silver. You got to pack it in a hole, and it's getting my hole's getting tighter. That sounded kind of crazy, but that's just the way it is. Usually it's the other way around. All right, let me stop talking crazy. That's a good thing. It's healing up, bro. So far so good. Mac. That's who was talking about the dog. They said that that dog could feed a family of 12. It was Mac, I think. What's up, Mac?
Mac, life on Gilligan's Island does not get better than that.
Exactly. You got that right.
Gilligan's Island. Gary, you should be in metro transit workers in New York City. They make like 300K with overtime and things like that. A lot of them were not even showing up for work and still got paid.
How about some of them Port Authority police officers? They were making like 300,000, 400,000 a year. super amount of overtime after 9/11 happened. Crazy money.
Gail, United Mine Workers of America wants a great union.
Wow.
Mac, I was on the steel worker union when I was younger. It was hard work and dirty.
Oh yeah. I used to tell the younger dudes, the apprentices, I'd be like, just pretend you're getting paid to work out. That's what it was. It was like working out for 8 to 12 hours a day. Everything was heavy. Unless you're doing butler buildings and purlins and like tin knocker stuff.
John, I did not like welding either. My brother-in-law did it full-time, so hard on the eyes. We'd go hunting and he could not see game to shoot like I could. That's when I decided welding was out for me.
Yeah, you get flash burned and you get a little crack in your lens or you got the light reflecting off of something. My grandfather died of melanoma skin cancer. He worked at the General Motors plant in Linden, New Jersey, and he was a pit welder. So back they had an assembly line. We're talking long, long time ago, back in like the World War II days, and he got cancer on the back of his neck. So even though you have that shield on, welding's still going to affect your eyes. You're going to burn the corneas of your eye. You get, what do you call it? Cataracts. Go ahead, Google Gabs.
R. Scott, call your state Congress office to make it happen.
Exactly. I used to work for a congresswoman back in the day, and I'm hoping maybe she'll help me out if I explain myself. It's been a long time. I haven't been in contact with them, but you never know. Maybe it'll help me out.
BJ, tight holes and grease palms. This live stream is getting a little dirty.
Exactly. My goodness, greasing some palms and tight holes. What can you do? It's the guy that has. How about Ray Ray LeBarn? I don't know. I said something about fishnet stockings and Valentine's Day, and next thing you know, Ray Ray LeBarn was putting the fishnets on over her shorts, like she was the fish and she was in the net. I was just like, you can't even make this shit up. I was dying laughing. She had a pair of, what was it, cut off shorts,
Yeah.
and she had the fishnet stockings over the outside of the shorts. Just shaking my head. I didn't say nothing. All right, let me get back to normal here.
She said that, oh my god, I feel like I work in a bar.
Mm-hmm.
I look like John. The decubitus ulcer will slowly fill in, but you have to have insane amount of patience to wait it out.
That's what it is. Slowly but surely. It's super slow. Yep. You got to have the patience.
Yeah.
What
You
time
want
is it?
this one, boo?
I'm good. Later.
Yeah. It's 10:33.
We're going to go to 11 o'clock, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you
30
for the
minutes.
15 people that are in here.
Yeah, thank you.
Don't forget to subscribe.
Yes. Larry P, does anyone have any advice for surviving the 2023 financial crisis? Crisis? They tell me to buy gold, but how can you anything with it? I might get robbed in my hood.
That's a good question. Stocks are a mess right now. I don't know. I would say cash is king.
Oh,
I really don't know what to, I can't really give any advice right now. I know the stock market went haywire and the end of, what was it, 2021. It's called a blow off top. And now the reverse is happening because Jerome Powell is raising interest rates and the economy is running hot. So they're going to have to lay off hundreds of thousands of people, raise interest rates, get people to stop spending money because these big corporations and stores are raising the prices on goods and people keep buying it. So the big corporations are just going to keep raising the price of goods until the feds create a recession. You got to think they printed so much money. They printed more money in 2 years than they did in the last like 100 years combined. It's crazy. So they're kind of like they're in the dark right now. They're not sure. They're talking about a soft landing. I don't know what to do. I would say invest in I don't know. What would you invest in, Isla?
Invest in SM.
SM? Yeah,
Philippine stock?
The Asian stock market kind of caught my interest.
Yeah, SM is super big here.
IALA, SM. I started to get in. I kind of burnt out with the stock market, but the Asian stock market. I think Asia. What is it? The GDP. I think it's bigger than the American. What is that? How much products they put out? Philippines is an up and coming. I don't consider it a third world country anymore. I think it's past that. It's going to
Yeah.
change a lot. The Philippines is going to change a lot in the next 15 years. This place will not look the same in the next 15 years. If you look at China a long time ago, it changed a lot. All right, Boo Boo Gabs, you're up.
Where are we now? Wait, Boo, I lost Boo.
Art Scott. Let me read this one. They have a
Okay.
duty to help you. Remember that they work for you, we the people. I just pictured myself getting arrested, being there with the bed sore, complaining I shouldn't even be here. I got to send my wife out there to do the dirty work. But yeah, you're right. Kill them with kindness, babe, and let's see. Maybe somebody on the vlog is gonna look out, do me a solid, and
They have a
make a
duty
phone call. I'm telling you, I've seen people make phone calls in the past and magic happen.
yeah.
James Dunn, Bobby, when you and Isla make it to America, you can get your marriage vows renewed by Elvis. Vegas, be nice to visit. Yeah, they got the people go to Las Vegas, the strip, and they get married by Elvis in the Chapel of Love.
Elvis
Elvis
Presley.
Presley. They got an Elvis impersonator
Oh, okay.
in the Chapel of Love. Look it up on the internet. An Elvis wedding in Las Vegas on the strip.
Later because I have.
James Dunn, that would be cool to do for sure.
Yes, James. BJ, cities are up right now if you want to go that road.
Yeah, and bonds and everything. See, I'm like a GameStop stock type of guy. If it's not up like 300%, I'm not interested. Or 3,000% in 6 months. Momentum trading, all that crazy chaos. So yeah, CDs and bonds are up. It's safe though, you know what I mean? That's the safe way to go. That way you can't lose your ass. Because
James,
what
don't.
goes up can come down. Go ahead.
Southeast Asia is becoming the example for many Westerners.
Yeah, and the United States is getting a little bit. I don't know. Maybe I'm getting old. It's getting a little bit crazy. They just had another shooting in Germany and shit. I feel safe in the Philippines. There was what's his name? The guy that was telling me to take care of Isla. She's a
The
keeper.
MacBook is here. Bobby is here.
Yeah. So what's that
Huh?
guy's name? U.S. Patriot. U.S. Patriot was saying.
Patriot?
Yeah.
US
U.S. Patriot was saying
Patriot, yeah.
all these vloggers say, "Oh, the Philippines is so safe." You could be in the wrong place at the wrong time
Yeah.
on the freaking moon. It only takes one wrong person to ruin your entire life. Anything could happen. So I'm not saying the Philippines is like the safest place on earth. anything could happen. So the U.S. Patriot, he's on YouTube. He was thanking me for pointing out. Isla was pointing out that certain neighborhoods, you got to be careful with the camera, the cell phone. I feel bad. There's a lot of poverty in the Philippines, and you just got to be careful because you got to think, what would you do if you were in their situation? I'm not saying stealing is right, and it's not like America where you could just go out and get a job, and it's different. Things aren't easy in the Philippines. It's hard over here. The poverty's on a whole nother level. All right, go ahead, Bill.
VJ, Bobby have old dog call his new buddy Pro, the U.S. Embassy.
Bobby, have old dog call his new buddy Fro. From the U.S. Embassy. Yeah, I should call the old dog and see if he's got a connection over there. Somebody's got a connection somewhere, and I got to figure out who it is, or maybe they'll volunteer. I called my one buddy, and he only had connections with people in the embassy in Manila. So I was out of gas on that one. Reggie, I called Reg, and I was like, "Who does your wife know?" And he said, "Well, only if you're in Manila." Thank you for the 14 people in here. It's highly appreciated. Go ahead, Beth.
John, regarding precious metals, SD Bullion has a storage service that seems legit. My bank said if they froze cash accounts, they can deny access to safe deposit boxes for personal valuables.
Yeah, I would say physical gold where you have it. I don't know if I would even trust a safety deposit box. I would have to have it in my possession. I know if the shit hits the fan, it's going to be ammunition, military assault weapons, and antibiotics and pain medicine and like surgical equipment. I'm thinking like a war with China, or the shit really hits the fan. Like if things really go crazy, like what can you do with gold? You know what I mean? All right, let me stop talking crazy about banks. There are a lot of, hey, listen, the stock market last week, there was a bank that went under. It had a lot to do with cryptocurrencies. And remember, what was it, Lehman Brothers back in 2008 when the shit hit the fan in one bank and then it was another bank? And that was it. Things really went crazy back then. I hope that does not happen again. It would be bad. Go ahead, Beth.
Mm. Bobby, R. Scott, Bobby, my first house, 1985, 9% interest. You just have to find a way to make it happen.
Absolutely. 9% interest. See, that's the thing. For a long time, it was free money. It didn't cost anything to borrow. Now they're raising rates and everybody's freaking out. Have all that free money for all that time gets people in trouble. People were leveraged and on margin. Now it's catching up with everybody.
Oh, Dane is here. You're
Dane,
late,
what's
Dane.
up? He's here,
The
the
gold
man.
market is not the best way to go anymore. If you think about it, you can just bring a gold coin in the local market to buy food. Best investment is to invest in what you know is needed.
All right, what makes something valuable is the scarcity of an item, right? The less of something there is, the more valuable it becomes.
Where is that? Dane, oh, I am here. Love me as well.
What's up, bro?
VJ,
I was
man,
missing you
from
on the
DL.
DL.
Buy stocks at the bottom. I can't tell you when that will be, but it will come. I can't. I can't.
Absolutely, Gail. It's hard to time the bottom, but some of these stocks right now, it's like almost impossible for some of them. Like the more speculative, there was a lot of new companies like SPACs, a lot of new companies IPO'd right after the 2020 crash. And you got to weed through them and figure out which ones are going to do good in the future. You got to look at what was it? Amazon at one time was a really cheap stock. It went up real high and then it crashed. It went down to like almost nothing. But then look at it now. Amazon, Google, look what Facebook got taken out behind a woodshed and got the living shit knocked out of it. So I had bought some Facebook at what was it, $98 a
98.
share, and I sold it for I think 180. So it was like a 100% increase in a matter of I think about 3 or 4 months. But then it went the other way because there was a gap, and then it had to refill the gap because it went up too fast. So anyway, I was nickel and diming it right now. Right now, I'm concentrating on getting my wife and myself back to the United States. My mother's getting older. She fell, hit her head. People were saying, "Oh, I'm going to get Isla into slavery and it's going to be terrible." There's a program in the United States. It's called the Personal Preference Program, where my mother can have Isla working for her, helping her like go to the grocery store, clean the house, cook some meals, and Isla will get paid anywhere between 13.50 to $25 an hour. And the amount of hours is going to be determined by a medical professional, how much help my mother's going to need. Because I do not want to see my mother in a nursing home. I'm stubborn like my mother, and mom's like, I don't need any help. And everybody said, I was in a nursing home for like, how many years, babe? 3 or 4 years.
3.
Yeah, I was in a nursing home for like
16,
3 years,
17.
and I've seen all kinds of stuff in a nursing home. It was super sad. I saw a lot of people die unnecessarily, and my mother is not disposable. And my mom's like, "Well, how are you going to take care of me? Look at you, and how are you going to?" And it's just, I know the system. You have to have somebody speak up for you, and be a representative, because I saw so many older people in these nursing homes that had nobody to speak up for them and put their foot down and say, "Listen, you're not going to take care of my mother like that, or you're not going to do this, or you're not going to do that." My plan is to have Isla help take care of my mother into her later years. I do not want to see my mother lose everything and wind up in a nursing home. I don't care what's going on with my situation. Right now, I lived on my own for, and they kept telling me, "You could go back to the nursing home." And I said, "No, I'll go across the street." I lived across the street from a big ass graveyard. I said, "I'd rather go to the graveyard than go back to the nursing home." That tells you how bad it was. Not, and the nurses that worked there were the greatest people you ever want to meet in your entire life. It was the management. I remember one time they had one CNA, certified nurse's assistant, taking care of 42 people. One person taking care of 42 people. We're talking about diapers, catheters, sponge baths, you name it. It was crazy. That didn't happen all the time, but I saw it happen a lot. There was a lot of unnecessary deaths. I saw people lose their houses, turn around and miraculously get better, and then had like a slight case of dementia or Alzheimer's, went back to their house, rang the doorbell. The son didn't have the heart to tell his mother, and strangers answered the door, and the lady was yelling, "What are you doing in my house?" And the nursing home had sold this guy's mother's house out from underneath her. I don't know. It's just the whole situation. I do not want my mother or father in a nursing home situation. All right, let me stop talking. Let's go ahead, Babs.
BJ. Oh,
From
BJ. Old Dog did a video. The top man from the embassy contacted him and they had a face to face meeting regarding what the US Embassy can do for US citizen in the Philippines.
Yeah, I gotta give Paulie a holler. Sometimes Paulie has trouble with his internet because he's on the top of that mountain. He only gets a good connection when he goes down into to the town right below where he's living. Yeah, buying stocks at the bottom right now, Gail. Now's the time. Start positions now. And when there's fear, like when they say, what is it? When there's blood in the streets, that's when it's the time to start scooping up some of these, some speculative, and then you want to diversify, maybe has some physical gold. I don't know. Silver is in a lot of stuff, and a lot of electronics. You got companies like Intel. Intel got smashed, and I'm sure Intel with the what was it, the Chips Act. Intel is going to be a good stock for 7 years down the road, and Facebook's going to be a $500 stock sooner or later. They got the metaverse. Nobody understands it. Mark Zuckerberg, he's not really somebody to explain stuff where an average person can. I know exactly what the metaverse, I know what his visionary dream is. He bought the company Oculus because he wants to put you inside the computer, almost like the movie The Matrix. And one day they will have some type of interface. Well, you got Elon Musk with the Neuralink and everything. And then you got the haptic suit. How about this one? Pornhub was investing money. All right, see, BJ, what you did? A haptic suit. That's where it's your sense of touch and vibration. Just Google haptics. You have haptics on your phone where the phone vibrates different ways, but they have a suit. They got that, Mark, you know what I'm talking about. The suit when you're gaming, you could actually feel the punch or you feel the shot. They got like a suit you put on that has air pockets in it. One day you're gonna have a suit that's like a second skin with all these sensors in it, and they probably will have some kind of plug where you just plug into the computer. So we're going to be half machine and half human, which makes sense to me. Your pump goes out, your heart, you just replace the pump, just like the Borg. Everything on Star Trek, the communicators are like the cell phones. They got lasers now. Everything is a Gene Roddenberry guy is amazing. All right, let me stop talking. Go ahead, babes.
James, best investment is in yourself.
There you go. Who said that?
James Gunn.
You are 1,000,000% correct on that.
Dane, people lost a lot of money on the Facebook stock on Twitter.
Oh yeah, Twitter. What did Twitter? They wound up settling out at 47 or 45. What do you? All right. What's your guys' opinion, ladies? And I think there's a couple women in here. What
Oops.
is your opinion of Elon Musk? I'm curious
Elon Musk.
to
Oh,
see. I'll tell you what my opinion is after you guys tell me. Wow, somebody just dragged a chair across the floor upstairs. Sounded like somebody just ripped a huge fart. Um, Now to throw off my chain of thought. I'm running on like no sleep. What is your guys' opinion about Elon Musk? What do you think?
Larry, 30-year fixed mortgage is 7.36%. Plus points and mortgage insurance are we're heading to 9%. Gary, are you service connected, Bobby?
No, I haven't been to the VA. I need to check into that. The VA in Manila.
Oh,
I was thinking about that. All right, let me go back to Larry P's. Yeah, a lot
30-year
of people
fix.
lost money on Facebook stock and Twitter. Yeah, everybody got hyped up when Elon was taking over and when he was shaking everything up and he brought I said tell Isla, there's a lot of slang stuff I'm trying to teach Isla, call it street terminology. And I got all excited. I said, look, Isla, look, Elon's got the kitchen sink. I said, remember one time we were taking a trip to Dumagetti and I said, you guys brought everything but the kitchen sink. So Elon showed up at the Twitter headquarters or wherever it was, and he literally had a freaking sink that he brought to work with him. And yeah, people did lose money on Facebook stock because what was it up to like $300 and change, and then it got a nice haircut. It went all the way down to I think it was like $97, and it went down in a hurry because they overhired the amount of people when everybody was using Facebook Messenger. Facebook owns a lot of different companies and they're into a bunch of different stuff. They're into AI. Then the AI stocks blasted off. Big Bear AI. What's the other one? C something. It's like initials C2 or C3. CO2. My mind is shot right now. I'm so tired. And there was another one, SoundHound. That's another AI stock. Big Bear AI. There's a million different AI stocks. Right, Marcus? We were talking about the chat bot.
Chat, what chat?
Remember,
GPT.
I was saying, what was I saying that's going to be bigger than AI for the future? I said it was something else that people are overlooking. This Starlink, that's another thing.
Starlight.
Um, IPO, if they thought Bill Ackman was gonna come out with Starlink IPO when he had the SPAC. It was the largest SPAC created. I don't know. It never panned out. Everybody got hyped up. I think it went up to like $47, and they wound up dissolving it. Everybody got their money back at I think it was $20, and SPACs usually start out at 10, but this one started out at 20. People lost money on that. It was crazy. James Dunn hit the nail right on the head. Best investment is in yourself. Exercising, meditation on a spiritual level, closer to God, the whole nine. I missed you, Dane.
John Carlson, Dane Leonhardt. Actually, I read where Venezuelans are using gold lakes and clipping chips of gold to pay for retail items and services. Also selling coins to coin shop and pretty easy. Scott, 1 ounce of gold, 1 cow, about the same price. Which do you want? Dane, I have worked in nursing homes and homes for the mentally challenged, as well as the VA hospital. And the shit I saw with my own eyes and the crap I heard would make everyone rather die at home.
Oh, John Carlson, about the Venezuelans using
Gold
chips of
lakes.
gold. I remember seeing that in a couple vlogs. Exactly what you're talking about. I saw that. That's what I like about YouTube. It's you can learn a lot of
Yeah.
stuff watching different YouTube channels.
Larry P. John Carlson, I read that too. It was in Mad Magazine.
Mad Magazine. That's back in the day. Holy cow, bringing back memories.
Ours cat, Bobby, call your congressman from your state. They can help you.
I want to call the congresswoman that I never received money. I exchanged my place where I lived and I worked off my rent. So money never exchanged hands. But we were pretty close. This was years ago. She'll remember me. I'm going to see if maybe she could type me up a letter on her letterhead. And that always gets everybody's attention when they see a high level person in government like that. Hopefully she'll help me. I'll tell her the story, what happened, how I met Isla and fell in love. You blew me out of my boots, girl. Can you hear me?
John, regarding nursing home, it's actually cheaper to have home health care, but finding home health aides is tough. They can't recruit enough of them.
Definitely. See, that's the thing with the PPP program. It's cheaper to have somebody take care of you in your own home instead of winding up in a medical situation. All right, everybody, I'm going to go for another 4 minutes. I'm going to wrap it up.
Or Scott, Bobby, it's time to buy when you buy right, even at 6% looking at property Monday.
I just want to let everybody know that everybody in the vlog today really made me smile. And
Thank you
just,
for your time.
yeah, thank you for your time. Great comments. Everybody kept it clean. My dirty
Yes.
mind kind of wandered off a little bit as usual. But like I said, I'm a dirty old man. I don't consider myself a pervert. Anyway, I'm looking forward to the next one, the next live stream. And I just want to let everybody know God bless everybody out there, and hopefully these politicians and the people get their heads out of their asses with this war situation. I'm not into talking about politics, and the crazy stuff was happening here in the Philippines with these politicians and all the shit that's going on. Just God bless everybody is what I'm saying.
Gary, did you get hurt while you were in the service?
No, no, I
No,
didn't, and I
Gary.
never saw combat.
James, Musk is playing the good cop, but biding is time to clean up. Our Scott, Bobby, you only lose if you have to sell. It's a long-term game.
Exactly. You hit the nail right on the head with that.
John, Oculus 2 is pretty amazing. It was so immersive when Ahati asked me if I like her bikini, and I said yes. I laughed because I responded as if I was there. Things got interesting from there. Larry, mixed feelings on Elon Twitter buy is a win for the American First Amendment, yet Neuralink is completely against. He definitely is a good salesman cause Tesla is a crap car with a PR image.
Thank you for your comment, Larry P.
DJ, have a good day, Bobby and Isla. Bobby, I hope you feel better.
Thank you, everybody.
Thank you, VJ. Arska, just call the Congress office, ask for their help. They will take care of you. Get blessed. Thank you, Arska.
Thank you, Gail, and thank you for
Gail,
being here. And to
Gail.
all the new people out there, you brought a big smile to my face and warmed my heart. Thank you.
Yes. Thank you, 16 people. Thank you, everybody. Have a great rest of the night and day. God bless everyone.
If everything goes, Melvin, if Melvin, you're listening, we'll be back in 6 or 7 days. We'll be back like we never left.
Mark Menning, have a good day, Bobby and Angel. Thank you, Mark. Gary, any injury counts while in the service.
Mm-hmm. All right, Gary Johnson, my buddy, here every time.
Yeah, thank you,
Thank you for our
everybody.
regulars, the new people, everybody.
Thank you. Thank you, everyone. Bye.
See you guys soon.